Where you at, Dragon? I can't see you.
Grief. I'm like dropping frames like nothing else.
Oh. I didn't want to jump the gun.
No, you guys
Maybe
go ahead and jump it. Get in the air. I'll catch up. I'm right behind you.
I'll just
Why
take
do
off
I-
on half the runway.
Why do I not believe that Milford Sound is iced up?
It's a great question.
Yeah,
Because you can read the thermometer?
I
By the way,
switched
does
mine to
anybody-
summer. I wanted to see what it looked like.
Does anybody notice in the kit fox that since the last update the plane tends to yaw right much more than it used to?
I don't know.
Haven't used it since then.
Yes.
Yeah, I never noticed it, to be honest with you, mate. I saw you earlier on.
Holy moly.
I do notice I've got a travel bag, though.
Sheesh. That's pretty bad. Who was just talking so I can turn you down on my end?
Would that be me?
There you go. Fair enough.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it sounds like you're clipping on your mic.
Give me 2 seconds, see what I can do. I'll maybe turn my input down.
Is everyone in the air?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Perfect.
Check out the full moon to our west.
Yep.
Be my other west.
Nice.
Oh, what a nice valley in here.
Oh, how's that, Dragon's that any better?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really. Maybe I was misspeaking when I said it sounds like noise. Sounds more like, or it sounds like noise, not clipping. I'm getting a call from ABC Incorporated, so I'm going to take this real quick.
Good luck on that interview.
Hello. Hello?
Frank, can you hear me? This is Dan from ABC News.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. So, I know you sent us, I believe his name is Gavin.
Yeah.
Pilot stuff for you today.
Nice to be
Yeah.
flying again.
Unfortunately, he can't provide the documents that we need, specifically his license. By any chance, do you have anyone else you could recommend?
Yeah, 2 weeks without was
Maybe,
a long time for
possibly.
me.
Started to go with withdrawals.
Yeah, it was in middle dinner, and
I'm
I
at a loss here.
started using
Yeah.
my fork like
Today, and I'm seeing
like a
that,
yoke.
he can't provide his license.
It wasn't your plate.
Right.
You're landing
Planted
it.
right in the pasta. You know, like,
Yeah, I
landing on the potatoes.
yeah,
I haven't talked to any of the other pilots recently. I don't know what they're.
just
I know
excuse
one
myself
guy
to
in
everyone there.
France.
Sorry.
One guy I
It's an
know
old habit.
that would be able to do it is in France.
It's
So
not what I'm used to at this hour. This Saturday.
Gavin should have his temporary license, I thought, but because he's waiting for the official one to come in the mail. But
I'm asking for him to produce just anything with his name on it. I spoke to him on the phone, and he just
Go to pick up the salt. Shout, pull up.
so,
Yeah.
Scrambling a little bit over here. But,
okay, all right, I'll think of something.
all right, thanks.
Bye.
Climb, Tom, climb. Yeah, I'm about to hit the button. Yeah, I think I'll be hitting the button too.
Hey, what's up?
I just got a call from Dan at
Hey, here's a
ABC.
touch and go opportunity. Let's see if
Uh,
I
Said
let's see if
that
I
you
can
can't
crash on the
provide a
mashed
document.
potatoes.
You're not able to provide anything.
Don't you dare mess with my potatoes.
Yeah, they don't.
Here's the question: are they garlic mashed
Do you
potatoes?
not have like a temporary license you
Mm,
can send them or anything?
I'm pretty sure it was an Italian place, so everything starts with garlic.
You're not gonna say.
Yeah,
I have
I
it.
mean, it's not bad if everyone has it.
Really?
What did you get yours?
They gave me a printed out
Fortunately
temporary
for
one.
me, everyone avoided the garlic. I was the only one.
How
You
do
can
you
Do it
like
in
it?
self-defense.
You're supposed to email it.
Yeah, 2 reasons why you don't want to get someone's breath on you this time and day.
Iacra?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well. Shoot.
So, but I talked to Steve yesterday,
Yeah.
and he's like, okay, well, if they have an issue with it, then we'll probably, I'll just, because there's nothing stopping you from just going and flying, and I can license the footage from you after.
So are you just gonna go fly it and then not tell them or something?
Pretty much.
Alright.
I'm just waiting on the confirmation from Steve about that, so.
Okay. So I shouldn't reach out to any other drone pilots I know?
Huh?
So I shouldn't reach out to any of the other licensed pilots I know?
Yeah.
That's what Dan was saying to do if I could think of anything.
Yeah, we're hoping that they don't find anybody.
Okay. I told him I know one guy, but I know he's in France right now, so that doesn't really help anybody.
I am going to call
Okay.
bullshit on this frozen landscape though.
Yeah,
But he
I
seemed kind of
switched mine up.
upset that you couldn't
I
give him
wanted to see
anything.
what it actually looked like
So I
green because
understand,
I'm
but-
tired of snow in Alaska.
Yeah, as well. I'm green.
As long as Steve knows that what the situation is and he's working
And
with
Steve
you on.
didn't care at all. Like,
Well, yeah, and
Yeah,
Steve's
it's
like
nice
the
for a
line.
week or two, but after that it gets wears a bit thin, I can imagine.
So
he seems to not like working with Disney.
no, he doesn't like to work with ABC. Yeah, he was kind of talking some smack about how it's one of the worst jobs is working television. I was like,
He's
yeah, well, your job, not mine, but. Oh dear.
one sec, right?
Regulus, how come you're not down enjoying the river run?
I am coming down.
Also, like leading the pack, like quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. I'll come out. I'll circle out over the water here, and you guys can join back up.
Yeah, all right.
Might actually get to fly now. Jesus Christ. Got to find whatever add-on was causing my sim to crash.
The famous add-on search.
Was the pushback tool.
Uh-oh. That's good information to know.
Yeah, kept crashing like midway through sim load. Couldn't even get to the main menus.
Ooh.
Welcome back.
Sweet.
Welcome back.
Did y'all see me almost stall out when I took that phone call? I had to recover from a stall and also talk to one of the producers at ABC at the same time.
Wow.
While you're playing, sitting there screaming at you, going, "Stall, stall, stall,
Exactly.
stall." I have to use this plane more often.
Which one is it?
Which flying?
Tail dragging 172
Oh, nice.
from Baglow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got the Kit Fox and I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's a nice one too. I need to update that.
I just flew that in Ukraine yesterday because I downloaded the Chernobyl scenery.
Nice.
I wanted to go check it out, and Kit Fox is like amazing now.
It wasn't a slouch before either, so.
No, it's not saying like fast or anything. I'm just saying like the way it flies. But I actually get to see my co-pilot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
but
noticed the bag on the co-pilot seat there.
what's strange is since the update, my plane tends to roll right. I don't know why. Yeah. I
Rolling
haven't
right.
had that issue before.
It's because
It's
of the
only
new
this
prop
time.
physics. Are you running stage 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the prop physics are just, they just made it more like there's roll tendency, so that's why there's trim tabs now, is you gotta trim it out.
The trim tabs? Where?
I have no idea. I just heard that there are trim tabs, or what you can do is you can increase the weight of the one wheel to like, I don't know, 25 pounds, 30 pounds, something like
Yeah,
that.
my problem is usually if it's a prop torque, it turns left. I turn right.
That's probably from the one wheel, the weight of the one wheel.
Yeah, but I have the one wheel off.
That's really
Do you have
strange.
the weight in the weight
Oh,
menu?
let me
off
check.
yet?
Yeah, let me check. No,
Yeah,
it's off.
I'm not really getting any excessive right roll when I'm flying the new one. Not sure.
Strange. I thought it was something with my controls, but I tried it with the gravel and it works just fine. It flies straight a straight line.
Interesting.
Could be the wind.
Nope.
No,
I have a
I mean,
headwind.
I know what he's talking about. It's, yeah, I'm
That
not.
is strange. Yeah, because I know that some people. I mean, I know that there's left roll now that was introduced with the new prop physics, and I know that one of the devs was like, now a stage 2 now takes off like a P-51 Mustang, which I don't know if that's necessarily
say
true,
that,
but I
but-
wouldn't say that. But
I am noticing a gradual roll to the right. Very kind of. It's not. I mean, it's not immediate, but there's definitely a gradual roll.
No, it's not. It's not hard, but I have to constantly compensate for it.
Right.
If I'm on manual.
Okay.
So
If
it's
that's the case,
flyable.
then I'm seeing that too.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Some left trim in it. See if that
Yeah,
works.
I'm assuming that that's something you're gonna have to bind. Let's see. Do I have? Let me see
I
if
thought
I
they
can.
added trim tabs to the cockpit though. I thought that was I saw something. I said trim tabs. That's all I saw really.
Well, there's the up-down nose trim, obviously, but I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
Right.
anything.
had that
I'm
all
not
the
seeing
time.
anything else,
Right. I
unless
don't know.
they've got it hidden somewhere that I'm not seeing.
Dead stick, anyone?
Yeah, over the beach. Turn left.
Purple sand.
Can I call it? Can I call it, dragons? Let me
Go
call
for
it.
it.
Let me call it. Let me call it.
Okay.
Dead stick. Dead stick. Everyone, switch off your engines and land where you can.
Ah, Christ.
That's a hard no. I'm still trying to catch up with you guys, so I have an excuse.
So much quieter now.
I got visual on you guys now. I also took off and had my flaps up, so or flaps down. So.
I just wish there wasn't snow on the ground. You know.
What is going on? Let me see here. I'm gonna see if I thought I had aileron trim mapped. Let's see, is there anything? Yeah, no, I'm definitely seeing the right roll.
Fancy meeting you down here, Dan.
I literally ran out of beach. I needed about 5 foot more of beach. Should have called it earlier.
You called it just right for me.
I don't know if I've got enough beach for this. We'll see. Try and slip it in, maybe.
You in the Kodiak?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should better slip it in.
I can't believe they've still got that nose down issue.
Just put her on the ground, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, he's
Nope.
got a drink.
In the water.
Well, technically you're down.
Technically I'm down.
Yeah.
You'd have to swim far.
Coast Guard to the rescue.
I mean, he's taking advantage of the water to get a bunch of drag.
Kodiak off the lake. What is your wisdom?
Yeah. Oh, Kodiak of the lake.
Oh, it's a bay, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's open water. Kodiak of the bay. Wisdom is, don't pretend like the Kodiak's got the floaters already.
Jesus. That was loud. um. Oh, that was weird. Are you still trying to dead stick Regulus?
Nope. No, not trying to dead stick, just circling.
Oh, okay.
In the sunshade.
Yep.
That works pretty well. Nope. Not sitting high enough for it.
Yeah, that's why I wish that they would make that so you could kind of manipulate that sunshade a
Dip
bit
down.
better, like you can in the Mugs TBM mod.
Looking at this flight plan, I wonder how drunk Rocket was when he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's not even here to defend himself.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it.
Well, this is what they call the libation route.
This is a bit refreshing after flying the Apache for 2 days.
Is that the one in DCS?
Yes, sir.
How good is it compared to the trailer?
It's got some bugs, but it's pretty nice. I can't fly it worth a darn. But...
Wow,
Yeah, I feel like stuff like that you need an actual cyclic and stuff to really be able to do that stuff.
I need a few more hat switches.
I mean, it's a weird helicopter anyway. I mean, it doesn't pitch because of the stabulator. It's all about keeping the guns level.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a lot harder to do that than you think.
Yeah, it feels like if you've flown any other helicopters, it feels super alien.
But it's still probably the easiest helicopter in DCS to fly. Once you get used to the trim system.
Is it anything like the K50?
Not that smooth, but very similar, yeah. I find the K50 is a lot smoother and stable.
Russians and their weird counter-rotating props.
Rotors.
I know. I know.
Whirly things.
Whirly things. A million parts going in a million different directions.
Yeah, I mean, how does that shit not come apart, you know?
I worked on helicopters for over a decade and I still can't tell you.
Black magic.
Black magic, exactly.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a front seat over Salisbury Plain in the Apache. We had the longbows, the Ds.
Yeah.
And it was probably the most terrifying but absolutely fascinating thing I've ever done.
Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, it's an interesting thing.
Well, I mean, it's a flying gun platform, you know.
Right.
So obviously, 100 feet smashing along across, moorland.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's interesting, and obviously the instructor who was with me was telling me all the cool things that it can do, and you can smash it into a building on the left-hand side and it'll carry on flying because all the systems are repeated, but not in the same position in the aircraft. They're all randomized, so you can hit it pretty hard and it'll carry on flying, and and it's got its own. The actual APU in it is an engine out of a Gazelle.
Oh wow!
I was quite surprised.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, on the British ones, because obviously the first thing they did when they got them from the Americans was change out all the engines for Rolls-Royce engines.
Right. Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, it's a big.
Still
It's a
fully
big
figured out,
aircraft.
is it?
Yeah, I was surprised at how big they actually are. Caught me off guard compared to the stuff that I work on.
No, you can't beat the Huey in DCS.
Yeah, I keep meaning to play DCS, but I don't have the controls set up for it, and I'm not looking to invest a bunch of money in additional controls. Just
Yeah, when I saw the Apache, that was almost the trigger for me to go for DCS, but I was like, oh no, I can't get into this because this is going to be money, and I won't fly the sim anymore, and I'll just go around blowing shit up all the time.
Right.
I get H145.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I love the 135. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, the 140. Both of those aircraft are very well represented because I worked heavily on both of those airframes. It's what a lot of EMS operators use here in the States.
Yeah.
So got a lot of time in them.
Daily almost.
Yeah. They're a lot
Yeah,
easier to work on too compared to like Bell and stuff and Aerospecial and whatnot.
Yeah, all our police helicopters are the 135s, and same with the air ambulance actually.
Yeah.
Although the police one has that real high-pitched blade thing, so they can hold the hover efficiently for ages. It's bloody noisy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fenestron models, like on the 135, well, the 145 now, they're starting to move to the Fenestron, the enclosed tail rotor system. Just stupid loud. There's no mistaking it, though. Hear that thing coming from a long ways off.
That's one reason why I love the Coast Guard Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins have been... I mean, the Coast Guard obviously still flies them, but as far as the EMS community goes, they've basically cycled all those airframes out for the most part. They're really, I mean, they're really fast, but they're a pain in the ass to work on.
And they're French.
And they're French, exactly.
One of the nicest sounding helicopters in real life there.
Yeah.
Isn't the Gazelle French as well?
Gazelle?
Same company.
Yeah. Well, see, that's all underneath. That's all under Airbus now. They bought up all that.
Aerospatial.
Aerospatial. Yeah. Everybody else in the world likes to use direct to physical circuit breakers for their electronics, except the French, who decide to route everything through circuit boards and then go out to circuit breakers, which is annoying as hell. It's like, oh, cool.
You have a thing about this. We hear this story every time we talk about helicopters from Europe. You always get, oh, the bloody French with the bloody circuit breakers.
I hated it so much. It was such a pain in the ass. They used the most circuit breakers and stuff, and the other aircraft they just use ring terminals, you know. The French, where they tie into all the circuit boards, they're just basically the knife sort of connectors, basically, where you got two blades, and you just kind of press the wire down into the blades for making contact. And it was just always problematic, especially if it got any sort of corrosion or anything in it. Horrible.
Not so much that, it's the vibration as well.
Yep,
You're
that
thinking,
too.
you know, you're putting a blade across a wire and then shaking it about for hours on end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's interesting, whichever industry you talk about, the French are always the ones doing things a little bit differently.
Right. They're like, no, we know better.
I work with natural gas, and it's usually if you have gas, you put some kind of odorant in there, so if there's a leak, you can smell it.
Right.
And everybody does that on the low pressure lines, except for the French. They do it on the high pressure line, which really sucks if you get gas from France to Germany or vice versa, because you always have to either put in odorant or you have to remove odorant. It's really, really strange. And you can convince them to do, that all of Europe is doing it differently. They're still convinced that there's the better way.
Yeah, if you've ever had to work on French cars at all, it's exactly the same. So what does French gas smell like? Is it garlic in it? Is it?
No. They use the same stuff. They just put it on a high pressure long distance lines.
Yeah.
And most or the rest of Europe does it in the local lines. So the high pressure lines are non-authorized, but the French gas line high pressure lines are authorized. So if you move from a high pressure French line to a high pressure German line, you have to remove the odorant again just to put it in back then when you go to the low pressure lines. So but it's only the
Wow.
French.
Yeah, but they probably just do that just to piss the rest of Europe off.
Yeah, we're pretty convinced that's the reason they do anything.
I kind of like the French. I lived there for a while, so I'm kind of biased, but it's still wrong in that regard. I'm very sure of it. So
They're still
But-
wrong.
It's never the question if you like the French or not. You can always be sure they do not like you. You never let it on.
That's
And
not
if
true.
they do, you're in trouble.
No, that's not true. That's actually. I noticed. I mean, we've always been mocking the French that they are too proud to learn foreign languages, and now I know that it's actually because they know they have an accent. They know they don't get rid of the accent, so they're very appreciate if you try to speak French, so that they don't have to speak English or German.
Sure.
So it's a question of national shame, I think.
So if you're out in the woods, flying, just riding your bike, and all of a sudden you smell garlic, you're like, wow, it smells like an Italian restaurant out here as you're passing the gas line.
Run.
Right. That's
Now,
funny.
did they put it in the high pressure in the long distance lines because they can't build long distance lines very well? Hence, they have to have people reporting gas leaks on those.
Oh my god.
I just see the reviews to people like, "Where's that really good smelling restaurant in town?" And then
Yeah.
when they know.
Or boom.
Yeah, right.
Actually, some time ago, the problem with these odorants is they're sulfur based, so they smell like rotten eggs, and they
Yep.
smell like rotten eggs all over Europe. And the sulfur is also not healthy for the environment, so they decided to move away from sulfur based odorants, and they found something else which is sulfur free. But the problem is this new odorant really smells like garlic, and they said,
Ooh.
okay, we can't use that in Southern Europe because people will just not notice.
They can borrow my dog. He produces some smells that you can't mistake. Yeah, give him a chicken dinner, and there's gas leaks everywhere.
Yeah, my dog ate an entire garlic chicken pizza that I left out, so that was pretty awful.
Oh no.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh no. Wow. There's some icing up here.
What's funny is my dog gets embarrassed too.
And runs away.
Yeah, tucks her tail and runs away because she knows.
The hell was that? Did you hear that?
Heard my neighbor yelling at her dog yesterday. Apparently, he got up on the counter and he ate a pie that she had just baked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the joys of pet ownership.
Yeah. She's like, you don't want a dog, do you? No, not your dog.
Are you just landing on all the hills, Husky?
It's just improvising. See what's what.
He's making sure they're real.
Yeah. Good news, gentlemen. These mountains are real.
And these mountains looking real mountainy.
I've got good news. There's air here. Oh man, that is bumpy.
Yeah, it is bumpy.
Y'all on live weather?
I am.
Is it still snowy?
It is, unfortunately.
Oh yes.
Screw that. These hills are really pretty without the snow on.
Oh, they are beautiful.
I think I'm gonna go switch back because
I'm using one of Floyd's weather preset.
I'm also doing that.
How dare you?
I know.
How dare you?
I mean,
Double dare you.
We're just gonna
I
get
don't-
a few
I really-
clouds. That'll be
I really
alright.
like the Floyd's ones because they don't have any impact, but just make it look pretty.
yeah.
Preset 1 has a nice haze to it.
I don't know what I'm using.
We need to.
Yeah, I'm on Epic Clouds 1.
There we go. Go to 700 feet a minute. Well, that is a bummer that that pushback tool is broken.
Was that the
Was
one
it-
that just came out?
Well,
Yeah.
do you have Mugs UI mods? Or is that?
Yeah, I use Mugs mod, and that's fine.
I know,
Is it
but
is it conflicting
that's
with
the
that?
conflict, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
I know.
Yeah, that pushback tool is actually really nice on the occasion I decide to actually fly a tube or something.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably use it a lot more when the 737 comes out, but for now, I got reverse thrust. I can do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually managed to do a J turn in the Kodiak the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Was the
If you-
icy
as long as-
runway?
No, it was just really, really windy. It was Charles de Gaulle because it's really windy in Europe at the moment. And, yeah, hard reverse into the wind, and
Nice.
flick of rudder, and around she went. I was like, whoop, I'm away.
Well, all right.
I thought I can't be arsed taxiing all the way to the runway. I'll just go straight off the pan.
It's like a Mike Patey move with Draco.
Yeah, I'd love to see people try in real life.
That's funny. He had an Instagram post the other day. He was flying commercial and he's like, never again. He decided to give it a try again, and he got stuck in, I think he was down in Florida or something, all sorts of delays and everything.
Orlando?
Yeah. He's like, nope.
Fair enough.
He's like, nope. It was,
Yeah, how many comes across as liking to be in control of things going on in his life? So that must have actually killed him.
yeah, it was fine. It was just huge lines and everything. It was just like delays and packed in like sardines. He's like, yeah, no. He's like, I can't do this.
No, you have your own plane, and it just no.
Yeah, no. Even if it takes
A little bit
considerably longer. What are you guys getting for safe altitude here? Coming through 5,500 right now. I'm a little bit behind you guys.
I'm up kind of high, but
maybe do 7,000 and see where that gets me.
65 will get you over.
Copy.
And then I'm going straight into this valley because woohoo!
See ya.
Is it just me, or have I noticed the strobe lights on the airplanes are so much better now than they used to be?
Strobes?
Yeah, the strobes. Yeah, they're just, you get a really white reflection when they. It's a lot easier to see people.
Gotcha.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I just cleaned my glasses. Never mind.
Never mind. I was wrong.
I think this next airport will be our halfway point.
Coffee.
Bucks you up there just kind of testing the feeling of the gravel.
Oh, I've taken this thing way higher, but
17,000.
I think I put a screenshot somewhere what I once managed to do with one of the gravels, but I don't remember. Might have been 38,000 or something.
Just imagining you two pilot flying, and then all of a sudden just seeing a little gravel next to him.
Yep.
Like what is what?
What is happening?
Right.
I heard complaints from the International Space Station.
Right. Yeah.
I'll
Inverted.
Yeah. Right.
The U-2 spy planes are complaining.
Too much goddamn traffic up here.
Okay. Cleared the saddle. Head down into this valley.
Did you cut that corner, Wolf?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I'm right on the flight plan.
All right.
Dark Wolf might have. I didn't.
The Dark Wolf's down in the valley. One down two.
Just a smidge, I cut it. But then I really got low, and now I'm trying to make my way back up. So,
Right.
eat some circles coming back up.
I need to circle around a bit.
Jesus, man.
I'm gonna do one circle.
Oh, this mountain is just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Congrats, Dion, on finishing the 7 continents.
Oh, yeah.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Saw that earlier.
Yeah, it's really windy and really clear in Europe at the moment. So,
Yeah.
getting across from the Netherlands back to London City and then Goodwood took me about an hour.
Did you fly just one airframe, Dean, or did you mix it
No, I
up?
changed it up. I started with the DC-6 and worked all the way down to Papua New Guinea, and then the P-38 came out at that point. So it was P-38 round Pacific Islands and New Zealand and Australia. I think it was India when I changed up to the Kodiak and the Porter.
Wow.
And then it was Kodiak all around Africa and Europe, and then basically P38 for today, just to bring it home.
Nice.
Sounds like fun.
Good
It
effort.
was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It was when all your legs around Africa are 200, 300, 400 miles.
Yeah.
And then the last few legs today were all 50, 60 miles. One of them I think was like 9 miles, so I took the Optica just for giggles.
Just for fun. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
Well, according to the spreadsheet, I started in June last year. So,
Wow.
yeah, 9-ish months, 120,000 miles.
Wow.
And Volanta actually logged the whole thing without any trouble as well.
Yeah, Volantas are really nice.
Probably
Really
should
nice
look at
app.
maybe using it.
I'd like to be able to
just-
track things a little, unless I guess unless I haven't paid attention in recent updates, but like I can only look at all my flights all together if I track under one tail number and stuff like that, like on the map. So that's what I've been doing for a couple of my ones that I'm doing around the world. But aside from that, I really like it.
I think
So
you can.
how
I
is-
think you can filter by tail number or even call sign. I think. So,
So what does Volanta do that Little Nav Maps doesn't? Like, what's the difference? I guess.
I guess with Volanta it self-starts, so it'll record any flight you do. You know, depending on how you set it up, you can have it so it just starts on the system startup and goes to the sys tray, and it'll record every flight you fly. I mean, I don't use it like that because I do all sorts of crazy flying anyway, which I don't want recorded. But otherwise, yeah, it'll record, each A to B leg, and it will also record, it'll give you stats for, like a plan view, so you can see your altitude above terrain.
Yeah.
And it'll do stats like landing speed and how much G you pulled when you slammed it into the deck, and
Right.
and it'll even do things like top of descent. So it'll, if you tell it what your preferred descent rate is, it'll actually put a marker on the map to show you where your TOD is. So it's not any different from Little Nav Map, other than I just use it purely for recording the flights, and I use Little Nav Map for navigation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's more or less just like a really nice visual logbook for me. So that's basically what I use it for. Plus you can see all the traffic for people that are using it, plus people on VATSIM and ICAO and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. You can see how many people are flying. I mean, you can do that on Sim Toolkit Pro too, but I have some issues. I like Sim Toolkit, but it's still kind of buggy. But,
yeah, and if you're into actually, when it's finished recording the flights, it just draws a straight line between your takeoff and destination. But during the day, when you've got it running, you can see the actual individual tracks. And if you're really nerdy with maps, you can actually request an export, and they'll export all of the actual live data out for however many flights, and then you can plot that up on, Google Maps. If you're doing like a presentation or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty powerful. I mean, the premium version I think's got all the pretending to be an airline pilot thing, where you get flights and you have to go and fly them and stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't bothered with any of that.
You can do that with Sim Toolkit, and that's free too. It's got it has all the real world flight data and everything. It pulls down from the web of active flights, and like if you want actual routes and stuff like that, you can pull those down and whatnot.
Nice.
And that one, Sim Toolkit Pro, integrates with Navigraph and Windy and a couple other things, which is nice.
Yeah.
Jesus, I've just realised I haven't got a mission now. I'll have to go around the world again, won't I?
Well, guess I'll have to do it again.
Maybe I'll see if I can go around inverted the whole way.
Okay, Husky.
Challenge accepted. No, after the Silver Spitfire expedition, no, that was me for going around the world, I think.
Yeah, but that was only a taster for the 7 continents.
Yeah, no, that was enough, thanks.
Yeah, I might go around at the Optica. See you
Oh,
in 5
Jesus.
years. See you
Yeah,
in 5 years.
right. Good luck, man. Although well, no, I guess that's not happening anymore. I was gonna say there was a guy doing it in a 172, but he's in Ukraine and he's had to stop indefinitely.
Yeah, it's all about the landings for me.
Yeah, you need a landing challenge. Land at every single airport and airstrip within the UK. That'll be your challenge. Traveling salesman problem. See if you can get to all of them in the shortest distance.
Right. God, they still have that issue with the lights on multiplayer aircraft not being, they're like disconnected from the airframe by a decent amount.
Oh, I got to take some of this valley action down here. Man, that looks nice.
Yeah, for sure. Hello. DN over the top and dive.
Oh, wow. This is some terrain.
Yes.
I believe that's Mount Cook off to our left there.
Really?
Mount Aspiring, that's what it says on my map.
Oh, okay.
Just flew past Mount Edward behind us. We got Tititia, I don't know. Tititia, Mount Aspiring. And we got Fastness Peak on the left coming up. Mount Alta over a couple, about, I don't know, a ways off to the right. Looks like 8 miles to the right. Probably won't see it. I'm not seeing Mount Cook anywhere.
Sneaking up on AK. too close for missiles. Gonna have to switch to guns.
Mount Cook is, we will be passing Mount Cook, but not, it'll be on the final leg of today's flight.
Gotcha.
Ooh, turn. Got distracted.
Turn left, AK.
Yeah.
The other left.
The other left.
No.
Go straight. Oh, sorry. Rocks
the other
ahead.
straight.
Man, this might warrant another visit down here. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is really nice. I'm gonna have to like rip an F-18 through these valleys.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll finally fly that F-35 I bought.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you not flown it yet?
No, I bought it and I've never flown it.
Keep debating about getting it. I haven't picked it up yet.
I'm gonna go for a flight in it today and see what's what.
Still need to buy the Stagger Wing and the Optica yet, so.
Stagger Wing's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the landing part.
Yeah, apart from that.
And
I'm
the
also
fuel
just a
system.
sucker for the Stagger Wing.
The fuel system. This plane needs a fuel gauge. Seriously, I mean,
Is it Thursday? Is it?
no, it has 5 different tanks, and you don't have any ideas unless you go for the overhead menu. You don't see how full the different tanks are, so it'll just run dry, and you have to switch to another tank. And in fact, you don't have
And
you
the
have
died.
2 different levers to control which tank to use. It's completely crazy.
I bet in real life they just wait for the engine to splutter and they switch tanks then.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I feel unsafe. Let's put it this way. And this thing has a real thirst, so it's really consumes a lot of fuel.
Interesting. Have
It's
to
also
do
very
some.
fast compared for a biplane, but
Right.
I can easily get 30 gallons per hour in a cruise flight.
Wow. Shit.
Yep. Usually round engines are thirsty engines.
Yep.
But boy, do they sound good.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Well, I like this plane, don't get me wrong, but they should really have given us a fuel gauge. I'm okay if it's thirsty, but I want to know how much I have left.
Is there a fuel gauge in the original Stagger Wing?
I believe there was.
I would be surprised if there wasn't.
Would have to look into that and see. Not sure.
Oh, what a view over the ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see anything. It's all blown out by the sun and the haze.
Right.
That's why I got the sunshade down. Sitting up in my chair, trying to see anything. Does look pretty though.
Do we have a midway point that
Yeah,
we're
this
in? Or we
next
just...
this next airport right here in front of us.
Oh, copy. Oh, you know what? My flight plan didn't connect on the next one, so I'm like, next airport's like 30 miles away, and
So does anybody have Dragon's number? Let's see if we can induce a stall for him while he's talking to us on the phone.
right. Activate like the waypoint.
Holy cow.
Or not, you know, don't do that. Oh, oh, there it goes. Just was delayed.
You'd call me, I might just stall myself out.
There we go. Yeah, it's super hazy. Oh. Ugh, not flying actual weather.
Yeah, I actually got the Microsoft My Phone app under Windows 10 actually working the other day properly. So I can
Really?
get text. I can I can receive and send texts from my desktop and make and receive calls from my desktop.
Wow.
As long as it can see your phone, you know, on the Bluetooth. It used to be awful. You know, I never looked at it, but it came up on the store update, and I thought, I'll give it a go, and it's working perfectly.
You can do
I've
that
got
with...
Google Messages. I did that
Yeah,
from the browser.
messages you can do it with. I don't know if you can take phone calls on it.
You can.
Well, I'm on Android. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm on too. Yeah,
I
if
always
you...
suspected you were an Android, but just saying.
Does not compute.
That's not compute.
Yeah, definitely would never have a Fisher Price phone.
Phone bill be cheaper.
Right.
Look at that river, about 10 meters wide.
Yeah, I just kept going down the valley here to the lake, and I'm gonna hang a left.
Yep.
It reminds me a bit of parts of British Columbia.
Oh, it's the Navik right there, right in front of us.
They say it was gonna be popping in at some point, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, look at the color of his aircraft.
Yeah, cool. Sandbar stuff flying up here. God, I wish they would fix their stupid whatever they're using to weigh water over rivers. It's so annoying. That's just a random track.
Just a polygon.
Just drives me nuts.
It's an easy fix. You just got to do it by hand. I don't know what program they're using as AI though.
Yeah.
Lay it.
Or just remove it for the time being.
Yeah, I would honestly prefer it be gone if it's gonna look like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
They'll just have a robot capture every time you fire up the sim. Is this a river? Yes or no? Click all the squares with a river in it.
And then
Right.
teach the
Yeah,
machine to learn.
it's like a CAPTCHA.
Yeah.
Crowdsource.
Is this our mid stop or?
Yes, midway stop right here.
Yeah. Do a stop.
Ah, it's right next to the road. I see it.
Oh.
Husky, I'm not sure you're going to want to land that way, but inverted and all.
Don't tell me how to live.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah.
Well, see ya at 20 after, it looks like.
Okay, then.
Copy.
That's it.
Oh, fuel pressure. I know.
All right, gentlemen, this is where I'm going to have to leave you. But have a good week.
You
Hey,
too.
copy
Yeah, you
that.
too.
Yeah,
You
take
do
care,
good
buddy.
flight.
Dark Wolf, have a good day.
You too.
Hey, beautiful. I'm coming up now.
Duck.
Quack.
And cover.
Sorry, homeowner.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alrighty then. Line up and take off.
I
Oh,
can't
there goes
hear
Husky
you.
inverted.
Here goes.
Nice.
I think it just flew through your soul.
I felt it. My heart is slightly darker.
Any road rage down here at the end?
I think there must be because there are people driving through each other. There are minivans flying. There are cars half buried in the road. I think they'd be pissed.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure they're not bears.
Shit, it's a bear. No, it's a car.
Bear driving a car.
Yeah. Well, it is New Zealand.
And the yellow light means go faster.
Yeah, be careful of those laser eye kiwis.
Laser eye kiwis. I saw that. Who is?
Yeah, please be their flag. I want that flag.
Right.
Oh, you
Right.
can get it.
Laser kiwi.
Poor me. I gave in again. I don't want to cook. Another pizza is coming. Oh, terrible.
Keep it away from the dog.
Yeah.
I only got the girlfriend, but she already ate, so. It's not always a guarantee.
I switched to the gravel. This yaw or this roll in the kid trucks drove me nuts.
Can't beat old reliable.
Exactly. This plane is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
until GG adds prop physics to it.
Oh, he'll add NOS to it as well, so no worries. Just offset the torque with thrust.
Dark Wolf, do we leave you behind?
Nah, don't worry about me. I gotta go. I just got back here like a minute ago. I have to go back. I have to start getting ready for work.
Interesting mountains.
All right, catch you next week.
Catch you next week. I'll finish the flight tonight so I can catch up with you guys.
All right.
There's a random building up here on top of this hill.
See you next time.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep, take it
All right,
easy.
take care.
Take care,
You
Doc.
too.
See you, Mark.
See ya.
Take care.
Yeah, I will. Thank you guys too.
What random building up here?
Hey, that's my hideaway.
Yeah, right.
Is it 3 stories as well? It is.
Yeah.
The hell was that?
I don't see no random building.
There's one back. Let's see. Where you at? Oh yeah, you just overflew it.
Yeah, I'm right by it now.
Just a random little 3-story building on top of the peak. What the hell?
Too big to be the outhouse.
Yeah.
Or it's a deluxe version.
It's the deluxe outhouse, yeah. Multi-story one.
Must not have it.
Well, gotta say, you might not like the snow, but it looks pretty good up here. These mountain tops.
Well, up here it's baked in. Not much you can do about it, regardless. I don't think it's probably, let's see what altitude we have. I mean, there's, I'm not sure if they ever get full melt down here or not. There's a few places out in Colorado, like the Never Summer Range and stuff, where there's always snow year round. Of course, that's getting less and less each year.
Kind of bumpy up here.
No, AK. It's not where you land. Another valley. You. Oh, I'm running the Bijan trees today, and it seems like they're more sparse than the Rex ones for some reason.
How do you like those Rex add-on?
The Rex ones are fine. I think I haven't had any issues with them.
Much of a frame hit at all?
No.
Oh, good.
They don't use 3D models like Bijan does. So really the only time it looks kind of weird is in the winter time, because just the way that they do their little like bare trees and stuff, they just look kind of weird.
Right.
But I mean, if you're at altitude, unless you're like, you know, going around on the ground, like looking really close, honestly, I think I'm starting to kind of go with Rex more and more.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, obviously I've been South Africa all the way up to Europe and with it, and I think it looks marginally better. But the thing that does it for me is obviously on dynamic seasons, and forget about it. It's updating the seasons, you know, almost every day.
I would say probably the thing that Bijan has over Rex that is better is that he puts more work into like accurate
like
what do I want to
accurate
say?
biome.
Like the gore, Bijan. He does more accurate colors for like for say like the gorse bushes and stuff like that in the UK and things like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that kept me with it, to be honest, was because I was getting 5 to 10 frames hit from it,
right?
You know, which I couldn't really afford when I went 4K. So it was a case of I'll only use this if I, you know, desperately need it.
Right.
Whereas AccuSeason doesn't seem to have any impact.
Oh.
But I think it's just the 3D models that really potentially causing the issue. But there again, when you get to say Tokyo in the spring and all the cherry blossoms out, it's like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Yeah,
you know, it's not
cool.
It's not often enough to justify
Right.
that kind of frame hit for me.
Yeah, and I suppose like, of course I have both now, so it doesn't matter. I guess if I'm gonna be flying somewhere that has, you know, like if I'm flying in Holland or something and I want to see all like the colors in the tulip fields or something like that, then I can always throw on.
Yeah, same.
Bijan.
I got both, and you know I can always take the hit if I
Yeah.
need to.
But yeah, if you're just looking to streamline stuff, and save some frames, then yeah, Rex is the way to go. And who's to say that they won't accurately depict stuff like that in the future? I mean, they're not exactly known for their timely updates, I guess, with things, but
Well, yeah, I mean, there's another update coming next week, so you know, it's not like they've shipped it and then forgetting about it. So,
right.
Well, we'll see what comes out. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got both. I can
Oh,
switch and
anyone got a copy here? I seem to have lost audio.
No, we
I can
got
hear
you.
you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? I guess not.
Negative, it sounds like.
Rexpo, can you hear us?
Someone wants to ping him in Discord somewhere and be like, we can hear you. But
Rexpo. So does the Rex, it automatically changes? You don't have to go and make the changes.
You can set it up to do that. Yeah, you can set it to
okay.
auto update, if you want, which is nice. It's a nice
Oh
option.
yeah.
They have a lot more variation in their transitions. Like, I mean, like it feels like I have to update, you know, update it every, you know, I think because I don't do the automatic updates.
Right.
But I mean, it's like what? It's like every like it seems like it's almost like every 15 days or something like that, you know, where you
Oh
can,
yes, you're not going
you
to
know,
change.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of variation in the color, the way they've got it set up.
Yeah,
So
with the AccuSeason one, you can set it up for, I think they call it dynamic seasons.
right.
And it'll go to the server, you know, at boot of your machine when you boot your machine up, and it'll go and get the latest, you know, update for the current seasons, and download it, install it in community folder before you can get the sim started. And I think it's doing. I think they said during the springtime they'll be updating it like every week or every 2 weeks or something like that, and it just happens automatically.
Yeah. Just super nice. So I might end up just changing it anyway. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I'm flying Bijan right now, and it's, I don't know. It seems really like there's a lot of space between the trees for some reason. It just looks really odd for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. It looks like somebody went in and changed the tree density. But of course I haven't done that unless something happened with one of the more recent updates and that got moved again.
That forest underneath you is dense as a dense thing. To me.
Yeah. All right, and you're running Rex right now, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like somebody went from like 100% to like 50% on the tree density in mine right now.
Well, I know Bijan did say he was going to do a lot of work on thinning forests, to be realistic. But that looks...
Well, based on the satellite imagery where you can actually see the tree canopy, his is not accurate. You know.
There you go. It's been thinned then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, if that's the case, then I'll probably just start running the other thing. He said he was adding like boats and stuff too to like, didn't he? Like to like harbors and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't that an additional add-on though? Wasn't that a separate add-on?
Is it? Because I mean that would, yeah, if that's a separate one, that would be okay. I'm like, because I thought somebody told me that, and I was like, that seems like that would be better off as a completely separate add-on.
Yeah, I think his installer will, install that for you. But I think it was a paid add-on though. Okay. I'm not sure if he's doing any more work on it.
Gotcha. How far up does your tree line go though, with the Rex? Are you seeing it like? Are you seeing any trees and stuff like up on top of some of like these snow-capped peaks or anything?
No, where I am now. If you look back to your left,
yep,
behind you, I'm at the tree line here.
They seem like they're stopping at the tree line.
Yeah, and they do thin out as you get up there.
Okay. Good note to compare against somebody who's flying a different one. Yeah, because I know that's another thing he mentioned in his patch notes, that he was trying to go in and thin the trees out a bit on some of the peaks. But
yeah, I mean the work he did in the Lake District in England, absolutely fantastic. Took all the trees off the summits and off the spurs and stuff where there's absolutely no chance that tree would survive.
Sure.
Mind you, you wouldn't have to do all that if a Sovo just did it.
Right, yeah, if they could define, parameters a little bit better on where their trees end up going.
I think that's expecting a bit much of a Sovo,
Before they released the game, they should have gone out and measured every tree.
Right.
Get the height right, the color right, everything.
What I want to know is why is everything because like I've been building an airport, and I have to keep converting meters to feet because this SDK uses meters in measurement, and maybe it's the French
metric French.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
but
it's just,
can I have an option to turn on feet so I don't have to ask Google how many feet a runway is, so I can put it in meters in the sim?
No, you just need to learn the metric system. Sorry, man.
That's it.
I refuse to learn anything other than American.
I won't use anything but freedom units.
How very American of you.
Yeah.
There's units that are from countries that have been to the moon, and then there's countries or there's units that are.
I know that 100 feet is 30.48 meters now. I got that one.
NASA uses meters.
Shh, we don't talk about that part.
Now the best one is you can put in temperatures for the weather in Celsius or centigrade, depending on how you like it. And if you change the units in the sim, you can put temperatures in Fahrenheit. If you actually create a preset file from scratch, you have to put it in Kelvin. It's like, what?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to put the temperature in Kelvin in the actual preset files, and then it'll convert it to centigrade or Fahrenheit, depending on your unit conversion.
World.
Why? Oh my god.
And they don't do pressure in inches or hectopascals. They do them in pascals. So your air pressure is,
As they should. I'm very much in favor of SI unit. This is completely rational.
But in the
Yeah, but I
airplane,
don't use it for my flying here. I stick with all the the American things.
Get your
Nautical
gas logic
miles,
out of here.
knots, gallons.
Yeah, but it's dumb. It's aviation, so you either use inches or you use hectopascals. You don't use
It's a-
pascals. You don't have an air pressure of
It's a
1,013,
physical simulation.
100,000.
It's a physical simulation. So you use SI units, and if you have some interface which wants to do it in inches and whatever, then you have to just convert it. Makes complete sense to use SI units. Deal with it.
right?
Yeah, I agree. But then they use wind direction in degrees when they should be using radians, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't make me do conversions. Do it yourself.
Yeah, but nobody has accused Exober of being consistent, hasn't they?
True that.
No.
Very true.
We've got Mount Cook airstrip down there in the valley. I think that means we're getting close to a Mount Cook.
It's over this.
Yeah, somewhere.
Over this bit
Looks like
here,
it's
where
gonna
this
be over
ridge.
to
I
our
was looking in
left.
the wrong spot for it. Is it at the edge of the lake there, or is it further back in the valley?
It is.
Is that that one kind of back in the valley a little bit?
Should be close to the lake.
It's-
I've been here on the Seven Continents tour. There should also be plenty of people
South
on
beach.
your eyes in the region.
There's like that
up the valley.
lake, and then just north of it is like a glacier, or I don't know what that is. Something.
Yeah, I suppose November Zulu MC. That makes sense for Mount Cook.
I'll give you a call out when it's directly left of us.
Yeah, I can. Well, I can't make it out from this ridge, obviously, but very
Bridge.
nice view from here. There ain't no bridge down there, AK. Get out of here.
Probably isn't. It's probably a culvert.
Culvert, yeah. Wow,
And
that's a
that's
hell of a view coming over that. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy good looking. Even like the little river down there, I don't see any like Asobo river mask.
Yeah, you're not close enough yet.
Yeah, you're not close enough to see it.
That's
But
okay. That's just fine. I don't need to be close.
oh, I see Mount Cook. It's way over there to the left. I mean, that has to be it, right?
Yeah.
The tallest one.
Yeah.
So are we landing at the strip and then going up to Cook, or?
If you want to. The flight plan doesn't have us going directly over Cook. But we can do what we want to.
Yeah.
We
I'm not
do
gonna
what we
land
want.
for this.
We can dance if we want to.
Wrong
Leave your
continent.
friends behind.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Do you guys want to do touch and go at Mount Cook and then fly up and over Mount Cook?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly over or touch or.
Do whatever.
By the way, when is the next world update? Do you?
No idea.
30th or something?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be next week. The Iberian World Update, yeah.
If we do it, it'll be the third asphalt runway that we will see.
Oh
Maybe that's why Rocket made us not go to it.
That's a long way off.
Yeah. My fever is not agreeing with me being adventurous today.
Uh-oh. have visual on the runway. Dive, dive, dive.
Nice. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna have to come back to this airstrip for sure.
Yeah, it's a
It
nice
looks good
area
from up
right
here.
through here.
Holy
Beautiful.
moly, this is pretty. Bouncy.
I wonder if there's a add-on for this airport.
Oh man, if there is, there isn't. I might know what I'm doing this week. Maybe. Climb, climb.
First then again, whenever they get around to doing New Zealand, I'm sure that
that's true.
This might end up being one of the bespoke
airports.
Yeah. Jesus, this valley is just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Bridge.
Jeff, you come back? No, there's not. Where? It's like the boy who cried wolf. We're gonna. Well,
Boy who cried beaver.
Boy who cried beaver.
This is if I could pull this off. Sweet.
On the bridge.
Is there really a bridge?
Yep.
What?
There is. Yep. I'll give it to him. There is one. I got it.
You have to, but you have to taxi in the water to get under it. Just saying.
Landed and just taxied through the water. But I technically made it. So.
That's right.
Yeah, but technically you didn't fly under it.
That's true too.
But can you taxi over to it and then do your takeoff roll underneath it?
I'll just say is that I got about a quarter top of my vertical fins gone. I think I got a little close, but
if you're, we'll say if your horizontal stabilizer is fine, then technically.
Fine.
You can fly under that. Easy, he says.
Maybe in
his
vertigo.
teeth.
Yeah.
Got
I'm watching
got
you
under
on
the
little
NX.
map.
Made
You
it.
make a sudden stop, and
Okay, I went under it at 60 knots, but I managed it.
But I did it.
that's all that matters.
That's what counts.
So we've lost all the altitude, and now we're going to Mount Cook, are we?
Yep.
Yes. Correct.
Pretty much.
Freaking border climbing. Stupid mountains. Right, next group flight we're doing Saudi Arabia, the interior.
God. I'm already over there, man. I'm ready to get out of there.
I actually considered just
Basically,
smacking it
don't
into the
outrun it.
deck, just to get out of the flight.
That'd be a hell of a DC-6 flight.
Yeah, 100 feet.
All the way from New Zealand to
it's
Saudi Arabia.
weird. Where the fuck we at? Where did they go? I missed this week's flight. Let's see what was the flight. Pull it up here because I gotta make it up today. Let's see. They went from.
I would ask Google how high Mount Cook is, but I feel like last time kind of let me down.
Did it not tell you everything about every mountain in New Zealand apart from how tall
It did,
Mount Cook
yes.
was? Yeah.
It did do that, yeah.
Fucking
Also,
Google.
I feel like I would ask how high Mount Cook is. Is there one in Alaska? Because I feel like they didn't tell me about that one.
There's Cook Inlet. Does that count?
No, it's not a mountain.
Looks like we're
Like,
still in
try?
Pakistan.
Hey Google, how tall is Mount Cook?
It's 300 meters.
Aoraki, Mount Cook is about 12,218 feet high.
Okay, Google, you did good. Good job.
Who's a good android?
Good. Good boy. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
That'll clear you.
It looks like I've got to go. Still
It
in
is bumpy.
Pakistan. Looks like they stopped over in Kabul and then went back out.
How tall is it?
I don't remember. 12,000
Feet or meters?
feet. Hey Google, say it again.
I'm sorry.
Sure. Aoraki, Mount Cook is about 12,218 feet high.
12,200.
So are we landing on it?
I don't think they're. Well,
Are you in a helicopter?
are you in a helicopter? Yeah. Well, maybe. Depends.
Again,
Have to
it's
crank up the
12,000
headwind
feet.
here.
Because I've hiked higher than 12,000 feet.
What's that in fathoms?
I
How
hiked
many fathoms? What
I
the
hiked to
hell?
13,000.
Oh, this is a Volanta checkpoint. I was like, what is this thing spinning above Mount Cook? That's a Volanta.
You got to fly through them, haven't you, to collect them?
Yep. Cool.
Do it.
Yep. I forgot about that. I didn't even know this was one of them. Get it. Yeah, I got it. Nice.
I still reckon it should be like Mario Kart, where you get that power up.
Right. Plane becomes a disco. Collisions enabled. Yeah. There's another thing for you, Dragons. Volanta has little, like, achievements and icons all around the world that you can get. Like I said, I had an icon spinning above that I had to fly through to collect.
Yeah, they call it, was it like a geocache, wasn't it? Aero
Yeah, it's
cache, I think
basically
they call it.
Aero
Yeah.
Cache, I think is what it is.
Nice.
There's one at Kitty Hawk too.
And the Pyramids of Giza, because as I was flying through there the other week, I was like, what the hell is that?
Uh-huh.
I might have to just get the Orbex mesh just for Mount Cook, because this might be the prettiest place I've flown so far.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice.
People landing up there? Are y'all landing?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I don't think I could land it with the Orbix mesh because there's kind of like a
ridge.
What would be it's the ridge isn't flat. It's almost looks like an alligator's back. It's got a bunch of little like humps, like all in rows and stuff like that. So it'd be really hard to set down on it. Yeah, because where Lux and 4X are at, there's no way I could set down on that. They're like on a huge incline.
Nah, it's pretty flat up here.
Yeah, no. The Orbix mesh is definitely not flat.
Rebels, beware of engine shut off on landing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I do have one glacier down there, I see.
Good job. It was a bit floaty.
It all works out.
right. Y'all ready to make it to the final destination?
Yep.
I'm overspeeding.
Let's do it.
Man, this is pretty.
Stunning.
Spectacular.
Bump, 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 bump.
Absolutely spectacular.
In every direction.
Yep. Looks really nice.
That's a big glacier.
Mm-hmm.
Down this valley looks fun.
Mm-hmm. Let's top of the glacier here.
Man, I can't even imagine what the Warback stem looks like. This looks really nice.
Yeah, I think I've got all their dems now. I just bought the Himalaya one, which covers a huge portion of the world. It's like 20 gigs, so it takes up a good deal of space.
Hey Wolf, what is best glide in a Kodiak?
I think it should be marked on your tape there, but I want to say it's like 96 or something like that. '96, '97.
Where's the tape at?
Along the left-hand side, you should have the little on your speed tape there.
Oh.
I think it's, unless you manually went in and changed anything in there, I think the glide is marked. I think it's like X or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to say it's around like 96 or 97, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's 80. Looks like it's 87.
87. That makes more sense.
Has everyone got the Kodiak update this week?
Yeah, I just barely did.
So
Yeah.
it appears that the nose down behavior only happens at flaps 3, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not getting it at all, and I'm
With,
doing. I'm dropping in from 10,000 feet at a mile to go, flaps 3, and coming off
Well,
AP,
yeah, but
and it's fine.
you're not an autopilot though, are you? On that?
At that point, no. Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Right.
But
Yes.
what I was seeing before was, as I came out of AP, that it would already have a nose down on the trim wheel.
That has been removed. That is
What I couldn't understand is, are people coming out of AP going to full flaps at the same time while it's still transitioning? Is that what the issue is?
No. Me and a couple guys tested it a little bit, and I'll test it more today. I haven't had a lot of time, but from what I've gathered, because where it's most noticeable is like on final when people are flying the ILS or RNAV approaches, and they're already fully configured, and you should be at flaps 3 before touchdown. When you disable the autopilot, before you get to the runway, if you're at flaps 3, you'll get that same nose down behavior, but I guess at flaps 2 it doesn't do it. It definitely doesn't do it when you're clean. Like if you're just flying along and clean flaps and everything like that, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't have that nose down issue like it did before. Yeah, they've got to do something about that. I saw somewhere where what's his name? The guy over at SWS. Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah.
He said the code for the Kodiak for that somehow made it over to the RV-14.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Hey, we're all human.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. I never had a lot of problems with it before, just as long as you were ready for it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna fly a bush plane like an airliner, then a wake-up call at 200 feet to go is perfectly acceptable.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually 70 degrees nose down when I.
Right.
When I
Yeah.
go to
So
flaps,
you would never see it the way that you fly it. So.
Nah.
But I mean, if you're flying, I mean, of course, you've had a couple of situations where you've had to use the ILS with it in low vis conditions and things like that.
Oh, I certainly noticed it then.
Right, you definitely would have noticed it there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna test it a little bit today and see if it's, because like I said, I think it's only happening at flaps 3. So.
It's really difficult to set up.
What's that?
Really difficult to set up an ILS in the scenery.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Can't even. I've tried.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few people say they're having problems with ILS or even visual approaches and stuff, but it's been absolutely flawless for me, the Kodiak.
I mean, like coding them into a scenery that I'm making.
Coding them, adding them to an airport.
Adding them to an airport is almost impossible, and I've followed all the step-by-step instructions, and it just doesn't work.
Have
But
you talked to Kev about it? I don't know if he's done anything with ILS approaches or anything.
ILS, he just does bush strips, but he's been a huge help making this airport.
Yeah.
Hopefully goes up this week on TO.
Kev's
It's basically the Stoll Academy, but in the Nevada desert near Sedan Crater.
Oh wow!
Have you guys been kind of previewing it over at Okandu's server?
Every stream, at the end of stream, usually.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I've kind of caught the notifications on it, so I figured that's what you guys were doing.
No, Dragons, the only thing I've done is place NDBs on pretend ships in the ocean to do NDB to NDB nav, but
I don't even know
yeah,
how to do
not on a scenery. I'll see if I can dig out a file. It was a long time ago. Might not still be valid.
And I'm not even like, the final scenery won't have an ILS or an RNAV or anything, because Canada does not want anyone in an airliner to fly into it. But
that won't stop.
will stop me from at least testing and practicing.
Right.
Well, I am definitely bringing a 747.
Well, too late. I already did that.
Already did it.
I don't know if the fence is
Joke's
wide
on you.
enough.
I can fly visual with this with an airliner. We got here? Freaking runway on a golf course, or what is this here? Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't see shit. I'm blinded by the light.
Yeah. Blinded by the light. Yeah, just grass strip here.
Right, who put the big tall trees right at the very end? I'm gonna talk to
Well,
that guy.
you should be running the New Zealand tree height mod, sir. Which works for the entire world, not just New Zealand.
Yeah,
Makes it a lot nicer.
Well, it does throw errors whenever I compile a scenery for some reason.
Really? Weird.
But it's an error, or it's a warning, sorry, not an error, so it works just fine.
Gotcha.
So compile, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go around. Shit. There is a big tall tree at the end of the runway, though, I will say that.
Is this our final destination here?
Yep.
Destination.
Oh well, I made it quite far without a crashed desktop.
You make it the whole way?
Nope.
Wow.
I just crashed out just now. Oh well.
Oh man.
Heck, man.
It's cool though. Did plenty of landing, so it's okay.
Was it better than last week?
Oh yeah, I couldn't get going last week. I mean, I could fly okay, but I couldn't see anybody. That was pretty much faultless all the way through, and then just decided as I was coming in to put me out.
Did you fly in the week at all? On your own without?
No, I didn't know. I did all my updates and stuff like that after the flight last week, and it was fine. I was online multiplayer.
Beautiful touchdown, Wolves.
And it seemed okay. But it was just, as I say, the last 2 minutes to go here.
Weird.
Hent out.
Hey, what server are you guys in?
West USA, but we just landed and
just finished.
Just
really?
finished. Yeah.
And it was a beautiful flight, guys. Thanks for the company.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was epic. Definitely
Yeah.
coming back here.
Would
Yes.
highly recommend following that flight plan. Pull it down
100%.
from the.
Hopefully, I can follow up with next week's flight plan being just as good. So I'm in charge of making it.
Good
Oh,
dude.
Jesus, we're doomed.
Well,
I'm definitely bringing the Vertigo next week.
Just make sure there's a lot of bridges.
Using F-18, so just so you're aware.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
run that
just
route in reverse.
yeah, just a heads up to whoever just joined. We usually do these flight 1600 Zulu on
Okay.
Saturdays. If you're in the U.S., it's 11 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah, that's exactly when I'm working. So.
Oh, bummer, dude.
Yep.
We'll talk to your boss for you.
Forgot to turn the event off.
Send him a note.
Yeah, right. But
Do you
yeah,
need an attestation or something?
what's that?
What?
Do you need an attestation or something that you cannot work on this at this time?
Yeah. But yeah, if you've got time to run that flight plan, it's under Expedition Earth. Further up, it's a really good trip. Highly recommend it.
Okay, see you next week. Bye bye.
All right,
Yeah.
take it easy, guys.
Take care.
Hey,
Right.
Rexpo.
Guys.
Take care,
Later,
guys.
lads.
Thanks.
Thanks for the flight.
Thanks for the flight, guys.
That was a hoot. Y'all take
Yeah.
care. See you next week.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys do.
See you, mate.
You too. See you next week, everyone.
You're going to land that, Rexpo. You're about 9 inches off the grass.
Yeah, well, too much coffee.
Yeah, take care, everyone.
Take care.